So you'll have
Got
an
it.
opportunity to click on record. Welcome, friends. So we're going to have an initial video. I'm going to go back and forth through a lot of videos during the course of today. So as I share my screen, be patient with me because I have enough stuff open that it's going to drive you and me both crazy. So if you will pause for a moment here, we have a message from our current district president, Ig Jakovac. Come up with Ig Jakovac. Hopefully you'll see Ig Jakovac here. And if not, you'll see somebody else. And where did Ig go?
He's there.
He's there. Do you see him now?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Here's our message from Ig.
Hi everyone, it's Ig Jakovac here. It's time for Harmony College East one more time. I attended my very first HEP school, which is what Harmony College East used to be called, in 1986, and I went as a singer in a quartet to get quartet coaching. I absolutely fell in love with the school and with the experience. The school has only gotten better over the years, and I've attended many of those times from 1986 to as recently as 2019, which was our last live Harmony College East, as a student, as a singer, and as a teacher. If there's any doubt that this is the best school of its kind in North America, just ask around. People absolutely rave about what we do. And I think that you will agree with the introduction of a myriad of new classes this year. It will really be a fun experience. So please plan to be at Harmony College East Father's Day weekend at McDaniel College. I look forward to seeing all of you there.
Here we go. Thanks to Ig, and welcome again, everybody. And we're going to stop that share, and I'm going to actually close Ig's little window so I don't get confused. Okay, we say goodbye to Ig. I was trying to be clever with people hiding in the background, but I can't do that. So I'm back to you. So Cheryl's going to share a little bit about the checking in and I'm going to talk about our drawing. So I mentioned say again.
I said stick to the schedule.
Yeah, I got to stick to the schedule. So promised in the announcement of this is an opportunity to win a valuable prize. And the valuable prize is for students who are on, whether you're registered or not, free tuition to this year's Harmony College East. Give you an opportunity to really get a good deal. All right, we're going to give you a good deal and an opportunity to enjoy the weekend without the financial burden at all, other than the gas price it's going to cost you to get there. We're just delighted that we have an opportunity to be together in person, and we want to encourage those who might not have registered yet to register, and we'll have a drawing at 3:45 so that everybody hangs in there. That's why your numbers, your names on your screen are being changed with a number associated with them. And in the event that you have registered already, your registration fee will be refunded to you. So that's the goodie that we have going for you. And now I turn it over to Cheryl to talk about how you get in and how you get out of Harmony College East. And reminder just to mute yourself if you don't mind, people. That will be awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so when you arrive at McDaniel, you'll come into the Harmony College East office. And at that point, you'll be given your, there'll be some tables set up, and you'll be given, you'll check in, you'll be given your room assignment and your room key, a parking pass that you have to put in the dashboard of your car in order to be okay to be on campus and not get towed. And then there'll be a bunch of sheets. You'll have your schedule printed out for you of the classes that you chose. There'll be a coaching grid for quartets who have signed up to be coached, for choruses that have signed up to be coached. And then a week before, probably next Monday the 13th, you'll get a mass email from me with all of the extra, like bring this, don't bring this, they'll provide this, and so to help you in your packing and your preparations. As far as checkout, we have to be off campus on Sunday morning by 10 a.m. It's early, but it's also Father's Day, so it's good that you're going to get an early start so you can go home and spend time with your families. For any key that's not returned, we have to charge you $60. That's the going rate at McDaniel now for replacing key, because Maryland law says that any keys that are lost, they have to replace the entire lock mechanism on the door of the room in the door. So that's just so you know, and you'll be hearing that reminder throughout the weekend. There's plenty of parking. The campus is fairly flat, although we will have what we call the barbershop Ubers. We have golf carts and drivers for golf carts. So if you have mobility issues, or you just want to not walk, or you're late to lunch, or you're late to another class, you can grab one of the, we call them boobers, the barbershop Ubers, they're boobers. And you can take a boober to wherever you need to go. And they'll run predominantly at class change times and dining hall times and show times. But other than that, if you need one, you can request one and get yourself from point A to point B. It's a beautiful campus. If you haven't seen it, it's up in the mountains in Westminster, Maryland. And the food's really good, actually. The food's pretty decent. So that's all I have to say about check-in, check-out. Check-in is going to begin, I did forget one thing. Check-in is going to begin about 3 p.m. So you don't have to try to get there at noon on Thursday. And the general session Thursday evening will start at 7 o'clock. There'll be a keynote speaker at 7 o'clock, general session at 7:30, and then classes begin at 8 p.m. On the Thursday night, and there's a 2-hour, and they're all in 2-hour blocks. So yay, lots of good stuff. We have lots and lots of new classes. If you look at the class schedule on the website, you'll see all the new classes are marked with a little starburst that says new, and you can see that we've got about 40% of our classes that have never been taught before, and we're really excited about that. So that's it. That's all for me.
Thank you, Cheryl. That's awesome. For those that might not have heard me mention earlier, we're going to encourage questions and answers from the deans and perhaps to your faculty members. And in fact, there's a hand up right now that I'm going to ignore because it's coming from a faculty member who should know better. But we're going to have periods of chunks of time for questions and answers so that we can keep to our schedule and hopefully acknowledge all the questions that come up. But because I'm a kindly man, I am going to acknowledge Richie Levine. How may I assist you, sir?
For late arrivals on Thursday, do they need to notify you somehow of if they're getting there late on Thursday?
It would be helpful to know, because we're going to try to, in the past, what we've done is we've had a staff member at the registration desk until about 11 o'clock.
Okay.
So if you're going to be there before 11, we'll still be open. And if not, just text one of us and we'll make sure you get what you need.
Okay.
Great. Thank you, Richie. Thanks for
Sure.
asking that, because it's Richie's daughter's 8th grade graduation that night. So we're going to celebrate that. There'll be a cold beverage in the refrigerator for you, waiting for you after that drive. So what we've decided to do was we have some wonderful faculty members who are live with us, and we're going to ask them in turn randomly to give us 30, 40 seconds of welcome and talk about classes and their enthusiasm for their classes. And we also have some recorded faculty messages. So we're going to do 2 recorded messages now, and then we're just going to, Cheryl's going to designate which of our faculty who are on here can follow that model and give us a little update on what they would love to share with you about their classes. So if you'll hang on for a second, I'm going to share my screen again poorly, and let's see what we have here. Let's see who we have here. Okay, so let's see if we see Jay Doherty. Do you all see Jay Doherty?
We do.
Hey, listen to a message from Jay Doherty.
Hi everyone, Jay Doherty here. I'm so excited to be coming back to Harmony College East this year. What a great educational opportunity and such a well-run event every year that I've been in the past. I'm excited to be teaching my Tune It or Die course again this year. We're going to learn all about harmonics and overtones and how things lock into each other, how pure intervals really sound. Kind of mind-blowing stuff, to be honest. The last few times that I have taught this class at Harmony College East, it has been standing room only in the course, so I'll keep that in mind as you're thinking about registering. Also, another thing to keep in mind is it is a 4-hour course. You must take both sessions. You cannot come in to the second session, the second day, I think was Saturday, without taking the Friday session first. You will not be permitted in because everything the second day is based on things that we talk about on the first day. So please join me for that class. Register for both sessions, Friday and Saturday, and we'll see you there and we'll have a great time.
So thanks to Jay for that. And we're going to close up Jay. Keep seeing this quartet in the background. That's always a little disturbing. So I'm going to share my screen again and see about if when another faculty member, let's see here, we have, oh, this one's a handsome guy. This one's a handsome fellow. Do we see a bearded one?
Yes, we do.
Greetings, barbershoppers. Rick Serpico here. Looking forward to being with you guys next weekend at the greatest district barbershop school in the society, Harmony College East. Check out my couple of classes, how to build a music team and building a solid repertoire. Hope to see you guys there. Sorry I can't be with you today, but we'll see you next weekend. Take care.
And don't come next weekend because that's wrong.
And by next weekend, he means in 2 weekends.
That's right. We advise Rick, please don't show up next weekend because it's not going to be the right weekend. All right, we're going to stop sharing. There, you're back. Okay, so Cheryl, which of our faculty members would you like to hear a little plug from?
Well, let's hear a little plug from Sally.
Hi, everybody. I actually have 2 classes I'm going to be plugging today. The first one is called Awaken Your Performance Giant, and it will cover the ABCs of all the extra musical things, the alignment, breathing, and congruency between what's going on in your head, what's going on in your heart, your physical sensations, and the all other non-musical things. So as a mental health coach, I'm going to be bringing in the other things that impact your performance that are the non-technical things, but they will enhance your confidence and your artistry. So I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a singing thing. So bring your singing voices, and we're going to be experimenting with various ways to perform. And the other class I'm teaching is called Yoga for Singers. But for those of you who have ever been to a yoga class before, this is not going to look like this. This is going to be exploring various yoga poses that impact and enhance the instrument from head to toe, and different ways that you can actually sing in a yoga pose that will make it easier for you to perform when you're done with that. So looking forward to seeing you. We will use a chair. If you have bring a mat. If you have a mat, bring that. Just wear comfortable clothes. And I look forward to seeing you in 2 weekends.
Thank you, Sally. Cheryl, who's next?
I want to sign up for that class.
Cheryl, who's next?
Oh, let's hear from Julian.
Hi, everybody. My name is Julian LaFleur. Pronouns are he, him. I'm super excited to be on faculty for Harmony College East for the first time in my home district. This is super exciting. So I also have 2 classes that I'm going to be plugging, right? The first one is officially titled BIPOC Youth Engagement. And what we are going to be covering is we are going to sort of look at the history of barbershop, right? How it started and how it has progressed culturally throughout history to see how we ended up where we are today, right? And after that, we are going to use that to sort of inform some of the ways that we can take advantage of reaching sort of Black, Indigenous, people of color youth in the country and other countries, right? And in society, in ways that we can start to engage and encourage them to be a part of this wonderful art form that has changed all of our lives, which is why we're here. The other class that I am going to be teaching is how we can go about creating effective performance plans for our youth members. We have all seen these amazing performances, right? That have just brought us to tears, maybe made us jump up and clap, made us want to dance a little bit, right? And there are some of these sort of preconceived notions of when we watch these youth choruses, right? We watch these youth quartets perform. We are going to coach youth singers. We have youth members in our chorus that we don't really reach them effectively in how to express these things in a way that we have come to know authentic performing to be. So we're just going to explore some sort of ways that we can go about encouraging our singers to be their true authentic selves while they're performing.
Thank you, Julian. What an awesome experience to have you on faculty. Thank you. For those who might not know, Julian is the award-winning lead of Quintones Quartet, and we're delighted to have him on faculty. And he's also studying music education at Towson University, which is very exciting as well. Yay, us. All right, let's do some Q&A now. It's time for a little question and answer session. Just a reminder, somehow Tom Weiner lost the number that was associated with him, Cheryl, so I guess we gotta identify what number. We're putting a number on each person's name, so don't panic and don't change your name back to what's there. If you're a student, you're getting a number, and that will be important for the drawing later on. So does anyone have a question? If you just want to unmute yourself and shout it out, we'll alternate answers, and let's try and keep this question and answer session to about 5 minutes, and we'll have 3 or 4 question and answer sessions.
Are you going to be publishing directions to the college, or giving a street address so we could plug it into
We'll make sure that in the email that you receive the 13th or so, that the street address will be in there for you to put into your GPS or your Waze, whatever will get you there.
Yep.
Thank you.
How do we find out how many folks are going to be in our class, my class, and this, that type of thing?
Oh, Steve.
That's me. Yep, Steve.
Hi, Steve. So I can send, if you're an instructor, you want to know how many people, because you're going to be, preparing materials and stuff, I'm happy to send you that information, but probably not until like the Monday before, like around the 13th, to give you time if you need to make copies or whatever at Staples or any of those kinds of things to make sure you have what you need. Because we're really waiting until the last minute for additional registrants. And I don't want to give you, and I always make 4 or 5 more copies than I think I'm going to need anyway, because people may drop in.
Yeah, it has more to do with class management. For example, we're doing this songwriting class, and if I get 2 people versus 20 people, it makes a difference in how we approach it.
Steve, rather than, we'll talk to you offline about that, because songwriting.
Yeah, I can definitely send you that information, Steve, no problem.
And we can send that to you sooner than later for songwriting in particular. All the faculty have, for those of you who do have course materials, you've been reminded in an email that was sent to you by Cheryl. They all come from Harmony College East Deans, but Cheryl's the brains of the operation. And for the faculty who are on call right now who would need class materials duplicated, we'll just need to know that and have those sent to us relatively soon so that we can actually duplicate them for you. If you prefer to make your own, all for that, that's great. Let's take one more question now, and then we're going to go back to some fun stuff. Any other questions you want to shout out right now? 3, 2, 1. Outstanding. All right, time for some entertainment. And since you've seen them 50 million times, it can't be a surprise. But the section leaders for your Harmony College East Chorus, which I hope some of you will entertain registering, is some quartet, I don't know, First Take, I think is the name of the quartet. And I have permission from one member. No, that's not right. I have permission from one member of the quartet who chose to speak for everyone, that they would agree to have one of their performances shared with you today, to just encourage you, not only in terms of Harmony College East chorus section leaders, but also as members of the parade of quartets that will be singing on one of our 2 Friday and Saturday night great shows. So if you'll stand by for a moment, I'll play that recording for you of just one song from a recent competition set. Their first actually as First Take 2.0. Hold on, here we go, sharing my screen. Finally get to the one that you all have been seeing anyway. There we go. Do you see First Take, Cheryl?
Yes, it's really tiny though on my screen. I don't know if it's big on yeah, I don't know if it's big on everybody else's screen, but on mine, just play it.
I really would rather have it be seen. Sally, is it a sizable?
It's still on mine.
That's right. I adjusted my screen. It's on my end, not yours.
Okay, here we go.
Nothing's gonna harm. Not while I'm around. Nothing's gonna harm you, no sir. Not while I'm around. Demons are prowling everywhere nowadays. I'll send them howling, I don't care. I got ways. Oh no, no one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare, no one's gonna dare. Others can desert you, not to worry, whistle. I'll be there. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you. Not while I'm around. Being close and being clever ain't like being true. I don't need to, I won't ever hide a thing from you like some. No one's gonna hurt you, no one's gonna dare. They won't dare, others will desert you. Please don't worry, call, and I'll be there, be there. Demons will charm you with a smile for a while, but in time, nothing can harm you. No, no one can harm you. Now that nothing's gonna harm you. Now that I'm around, no demon will be found while I'm around. I vow I'll not stand down while I'm around.
There you go. So those are our section leaders. Our section leaders, welcome, Tim. We're going to put a number by Tim's box. And so since we have, we're going to have 3 faculty members here live give us a little hello and a brief description of what they'll be doing with Harmony College East. And one of the members of that quartet, a phenomenal baritone singer now, is Drew Wheaton. So let's kick off with Drew, our section leader, but also one of our general session education leaders.
Yeah, so hi everyone, I'm Drew Wheaton. Some of you might know me from Forefront Quartet, sang tenor or sing tenor with Forefront, and now singing baritone with First Take, which is really awesome. I love singing baritone, it's great. So yeah, we're going to be section leaders for the Harmony College East Chorus, and then one of the general sessions I'll be running the warm-ups and education session, and then the rest of the time we'll be around coaching and or getting coached and then performing on Saturday night, I suppose. I don't know when. We're performing at some point.
It'll be Saturday.
Great. There you go. So yeah, looking forward to being there and seeing you all and singing tags and having a great time.
Good. And Drew will be doing one of our 2 general sessions, which are expanded each morning to give us not just a warm up, but some really thoughtful educational benefit. And Anthony Colosimo will be doing the other general session at Harmony College East. So thank you for that, Drew. Let's now turn to Steve Delahanty, Maestro Delahanty.
Yeah, well, Thursday night, woodshedding. What fun, just get up and sing and harmonize. And if it's not so good, who cares? We're having fun. Doing a theory of barbershop harmony level 2. Well, that should be fun, stacking thirds for a couple hours. And then the more interesting one, I suppose, is the songwriting. Tom Gentry and I both decided that it was time to add that to the mix here. And we have no idea how to do it. However, it really will be student driven. If they bring songs, we'll review them and we'll give them suggestions. If they don't, we're going to write a song in class somehow or other. So it's either going to be really fun or a disaster, but we're counting on it being a lot of fun.
Thank you, Steve, for that encouraging note to encourage students to sign up for songwriting with Tom. And Tom Gentry, God love him, just sent me a text that said, I can't connect to Zoom, Bill. I'm really sorry. But Tom will be co-teaching with Steve that class. And also now from the great state of Texas, Gary Parker. Welcome, Gary.
Hey, Bill, thanks. I'll be teaching a couple of classes, I believe, on Saturday, both of them on vowel matching. I hope to have a demonstration quartet for each one of them. This will all be based on the techniques and the exercises created by the iconic Mac Huff from way back in the 60s and 70s. And this vowel matching program that he developed probably had more to do with Dealer's Choice winning international in our first attempt than anything else we did. So I hope you will all come and we'll see if we can take that demonstration quartet to another level in terms of sound production.
Thank you, Gary. That's so awesome. Awesome, awesome. Thank you for participating today as well. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. All right, so we have lots of faculty involvement. Let me show one more recorded faculty little blurb here. I'm going to actually pause for a minute and didn't mean to do that. Cancel that. Didn't mean to do that. And close up a couple windows here. Let's see here. Let's share our screen. Can y'all see Teresa?
Yes, we can.
Okay, excellent.
Hello everybody, Teresa Weatherby here. Hi, I have to be really quick about this because I'm in an airport and they keep making these announcements, but my big announcement is I'll be back teaching at Harmony College East in a couple of weeks and I hope to see you there. In fact, I can't wait to see you all again. This year I'll be bringing 2 new classes, and one is the singing actor and the second is the secrets of the FBI. Now, if you're curious about those classes, why don't you check them out on the website and join me at Harmony College East. I can't wait to see you all. Bye for now.
Terrific. Thank you, Teresa. And I'll stop that share and I'll close that. We have time to show 1 or 2 other faculty recordings, and then we will make sure we have some folks. We have 2 more live faculty on hand, and we'll get to them in the next break time. And then we'll have some questions and answers after this. So bear with me. And let's see who we got here. Let's see who we have. Do we see Keith Harris, Cheryl?
Yes, we do.
Greetings, everybody. My name is Keith Harris. I'm almost a 40-year barbershopper and professional singer and voice teacher. What I find really interesting about the voice is that every voice is as individual as a fingerprint. That's why when you pick up the phone, someone says one word and you not only know who it is, but what mood they're in. And I've picked up a lot of tools over the years to help people unlock their individual voice. And it's a lot of fun for me. I love teaching. So I look forward to seeing you at Harmony College East, and I hope we have a chance to work together.
Here we go.
Greetings, everybody.
Oh,
My name is Keith Harris.
We only need to see him once. We only need to see him once. Let's take some time now and have a question and answer session for another 3 or 4 minutes. But before that, Cheryl's going to just remind us all of the COVID protocols, the COVID mitigation policy that the district imposes on us to make sure everybody's up to snuff on that. Cheryl?
Okay, so as many of you know, we had 2 very successful conventions in the spring, and the protocol there was proof of vaccination before you got your ticket. And that's the district's position right now, even with the numbers fluctuating, every day it's a whole different thing. So we have a link, a Dropbox link that you should have, if you've already registered, that you should have gotten and uploaded your COVID proof of just a photo of it. So that we have it. It's not going anywhere else. The only eyes that are going to see it are mine and Bill's. And then once the event is over, we're going to just delete that entire file. So we do need to have that. McDaniel College at this point is not requiring masks. Masks are optional. The only caveat to that is if an instructor requests that you wear a mask, we ask that you comply. But masks are, and there's always the option, if you feel more comfortable wearing one at any time during the entire weekend, you will not be judged in any kind of way. That's your thing, and you do what you do you. So if that's what makes you comfortable, that is totally fine. There's again, mask optional in the dining hall, mask optional in classrooms, rehearsal spaces, again, but if an instructor asks that you wear one, we do request that you comply with that. And I think that's it. We're not requiring any kind of testing before you come to campus. The university does not require it, nor does the district. We ask that if you're sick or not feeling well, or you have symptoms, do us a favor and don't come, because we want to protect everyone. But I think we're very capable of having an extremely healthy and successful event for you.
Thank you, Cheryl. That's our objective, is to follow whatever due diligence we can to keep you as safe as possible. However, you're personally responsible to, if you are ill, certainly if you're symptomatic from COVID-19 or are still in your isolation period, that's a problem. Now, I will bring this up because it was brought up not only in an email exchange that I had with an individual, but also with someone who was online a little early and asked the question. Under normal circumstances, there are no refunds offered for those who pre-register and prepay for Harmony College East, period. But this is not a normal time, to say the least. So in the event that you register or have registered and paid for Harmony College East, and you either contract the coronavirus or have had COVID and are still in the isolation or quarantine phase of it, and you cannot attend for your health and the safety of others, I will be working with district leadership to do our best to ensure that you receive a full refund for your registration. I'm not the person who can commit to that, but you know me well enough to know that I just committed to it. So there you go. I've been of some degree of service in the district, and your safety and what's goodwill is more important than the money. So now that's for showing us some reasonable proof, a doctor's note or someone from your healthcare profession, your healthcare professional providing us with some documentation that the reason for your inability to attend is COVID-19. If you have a sniffle, if the cat's running around the neighborhood, other things, we're not in a position to continually refund, but we certainly can. And this is an extraordinary case, an extraordinary time. Are there other questions that you might have? Let's do a quick Q&A now. Yes, June.
For Gary Parker, You're not going to teach us Texas vowels, right?
Oh, stop.
Absolutely.
Good, good. Okay, I'm happy.
I have a question as well, having to do with the fact that Brian Beck was on the faculty listed earlier. Is he okay?
Thank you for asking. Brian Beck is fine. Brian Beck is welcomed to his family, his very first great-granddaughter in Colorado
wow.
Springs. And
Woo.
his granddaughter lives with them. So this great-granddaughter will be 2 months old by the time Harmony College East comes around. And Brian and I had a lovely discussion in which he said, I'm going to step aside for this year, but I will be back in 2023. He wants to spend as much time with this new infant as possible.
Yay.
Plus, he's totally incompetent and we didn't want him. So that's the answer to that question. And Gary liked that. Gary likes that one. Plus, he's really funny looking. But other than that, so
Yoda.
That's right, Yoda right there. Okay, one more question in this phase. Any other? Just shout out. Okay, we're cooking here. We don't want, and in the chat, by the way, so just a reminder, in the chat is the registration link and the drone tour of Harmony College East's beautiful McDaniel College. Copy and paste them from the chat, because once the webinar ends today, poof, it's gone. Although
I did have a question.
This is, yes, Jim.
Have the quartets been chosen for the coaching under glass? Did you get that?
Yeah, I did. I got the question. I'm trying to think of the answer, Tim.
Well, let's let Richie talk about his class.
Right, because Richie actually. So let's introduce Richie Levine. Let's go to Richie Levine anyway, and Richie Levine will tell you how he intends to do that. Right, Richie?
Yeah. I teach the. I'm Richie, by the way. I teach the coaching under glass class. And what we generally do is we work it by coach. Generally, I find the coach that's available during that time slot that I want to work with. I bring that coach in with their quartet, and he starts their session in front of the class. And then it's so the class itself is, we usually start with an overview, kind of a breakdown of kind of coaching philosophy. What a lot of people do get confused is when they take the class, they're looking for coaching tips, coaching tool bag and things like that. And this is more about the philosophy and the overall coaching, how to approach the quartet, how to identify the major things, how to break those down, how to relate to the quartet. It's kind of the all-encompassing relationship between you and the quartet. It's less about learning coaching skills, specific skills about singing or about presentation or about whatever. So again, I pick the coach that I'm going to work with, and they bring their quartet. They'll do about a 30-minute session as they are starting with that quartet. After that 30-minute session, we get a few minutes with the coach afterwards to kind of debrief. And then the rest of that class is breaking down what happened, how it happened, what things worked, what didn't work, and probably just overall tips on things you could do with quartets in order to take the skills that you already have and apply them to your to actually putting them into motion as a coach.
Thank you, Richie. So the short answer, Tim, is he finds the quartets based on who's being coached during his class. Thank you for that expanded answer, Mr. Levine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you wanted my class.
No, I'm busting your chops here. No, that's an excellent example of coaching, quartet coaching under glass. And Richie,
Tim, I've heard your quartet. It won't be you.
Okay.
Kidding.
Wow.
Kidding.
Wow. I have to
Kidding.
go.
He's in my he's in my course. That's allowed.
I'm going to pick up Keith right now.
I'm used to it.
Steve. Thank you. Bye. Enjoy Keith swimming. And Kevin is our only remaining live faculty person. And before we have our exciting drawing, let's bring in Kevin. Hi, Kevin.
Bill. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Potee, and I'm also brand new to the faculty this year. I'm going to be teaching and guiding a course called Coaching Neurodivergent Singers. And it's just going to be more of a discussion panel where we're going to introduce people to what is neurodivergence, what does it mean, what does it look like, what are the challenges involved, what kind of tools can we add to your coaching toolbox, or how can we add to your processes if you happen to be a neurodivergent person yourself? Just going to be mostly a Q&A session and mixed in with that. We're going to have a discussion and hopefully be able to help some people there.
Thank you, Kevin. That is awesome. We're so delighted to have you on the faculty, and it's a topic of great import in today's times. And I assure you that it's going to be something that people will enjoy. So we have other recorded blurbs, but I've committed to keep this to a total time of 50 minutes. And it's 1 or 2 minutes past the time that I said I would do our drawing.
We want to ask for final questions and answers first, or?
Well, let's do the drawing first, just
Okay.
to commit, just to conclude my commitment to folks as far as the time is concerned, because I know some people have time commitments. If you want to linger on, Cheryl and I aren't going anyplace. It's my Zoom room, so we can hang in there for maybe an extra 5 or 6 or 7 minutes after the drawing. Before we do the drawing, if you were to have to leave afterwards, I want to thank you on behalf of Cheryl and all the leadership of the Mid-Atlantic District for your interest in Harmony College East. If you haven't yet registered, we hope you'll do so. If you have registered, I hope that this gives you an opportunity to get revved up and excited about what is going to be one of the most enjoyable experiences of the last 2+ years. Aside from the wonderful conventions that the district had this past spring, to have in-person instruction, in-person singing, and social connection with real live human beings singing 4-part beautiful, 4-part harmony. We can't wait. So Cheryl has already.
Also, one other thing is this session has been recorded, and we will be posting it at some point, uploading it to the Harmony College East Facebook page. Is that correct, Bill?
Yeah, it'll be posted. It'll be
Watched
posted
on delayed. So if you know people that weren't able to make this session and they would like to watch that, just we'll post it, but just let them know that they can watch it on a delayed basis. Unfortunately, they won't qualify for the drawing, but you gotta be here to win. So must be present to win.
So let's do our drawing, shall we? We have eight
eight
contestants, and I'm very excited about that. I'm going to share my screen one more time. Hopefully I'll share the right screen this time. Do you all see a spinning wheel?
We do.
Okay, I'm going to click the spinning wheel, and we're going to see who wins free tuition to Harmony College East.
No whammies, no whammies, no whammies.
Number 3.
Mandy Holler.
Mandy Holler, congratulations to Mandy Holler. Welcome.
And Mandy's already registered. Mandy's already registered, so we will do what we can to give her a refund.
Yeah, we won't do what we can. We will give her a refund.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's going to be in Bitcoin, and will be deposited into my account, which I will certainly share with you at some point. Now, congratulations, Mandy. That's awesome. So we're going to conclude today's session formally. And those of you that need to head out, I want to thank again our faculty members who took the time out of their schedule this beautiful weekend. It's a gorgeous day here in Northern Virginia. But for those of you who came on, faculty members, thank you very much. Drew, don't have any upset about the fact that we played a First Take song, because that was actually already performed. So, people knew about it. And the rest of you, thank you for coming. And if you want to linger, I'm not going to close the room yet. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Mandy. Love you. See you again soon. We're going to keep it recording for those of you that want to ask more questions. Goodbye to those of you who are signing off, and I'll just wait a few minutes and see who lingers that has more questions.
Thank you all.
You're welcome. Thank you, June and Tom.
Now my question's, what's the puppy's name?
Camden.
Camden. Oh, I love you.
Look.
What a dangerous little town in New Jersey. Oh.
Or Camden Yards for my son, who's an Orioles fan. Sorry.
So much better than New Jersey. Dougie.
He's a good boy.
Hey.
Yay!
So
thank you guys. Woohoo!
We have 2.
Amber, you're not registered yet. You need to get on it.
She's muted too. She doesn't want to talk to you.
Okay, that's fine.
That was the video.
That's the video button, and that's the microphone button.
Like a microphone.
Can't find it.
It's at the bottom left.
There we go, Amber.
Eventually.
So we're good. Did you have a question, Amber?
No, no,
Okay.
I'm just figuring out how to unmute myself.
Well,
Yeah, that was her question. How to unmute herself.
How do I unmute myself? Exactly.
Okay. Thank you for being with us, but Cheryl was teasing you, but do try and get in the registration so we can give you all the time you need to pick your classes and all that stuff. Love to have you with us.
Okay. Yeah, I was kind of figuring out how much of it I could make or not because they just the other day changed my work schedule around. So I think I may be able to come for the whole thing now.
That would be great.
All right, we'd love to have you.
Do what you can. Mandy, anything from you other than the fact that you're rich? You're rich now?
I'm stoked.
No, I'm rich.
He's rich.
Yikes. The rough crowd.
Everyone in harmony.
No, I'm stoked. I got to, I've signed up for Sally's yoga class and Kevin's neurodivergency class and Julian's BIPOC class. And
good. You're taking all the new stuff. That's great.
Hey, it's good stuff. So I'm super excited.
We're very excited too. Okay, friends, it looks like we're closing up shop today. Thank you for being here, Sally.
Thanks for being here. See you in a couple of
Great
weeks.
to see you guys.
See you
See you
again.
all
Bye.
soon.
See you.
Yay.
Love you all.
Bye.
Thanks. Bye.